It's Monday the 29th of July and here we go with another week at Brick Arena and selling Lego full time. And let's start with Bricklink and see what we've got in. We've got 12 orders in on Bricklink, 325 lots, 1,233 items. A lot of this is already picked yesterday, but I've got a large order, 180 items still to do, and another one that came in late last night also. So we'll get to those shortly. And on Brickowl's been super quiet again, and can only assume it's the holiday period. We've got an order going off to Malaysia, the bottom order, and then we've got another order came in again quite late last night, and I did manage to get that one picked. And then on eBay we've got I think 5 orders there, which I'll show you in a second. We've got the first batch then picked, so I need to get these packed away before I can continue. But you might remember last week, at the end of last week, I was parting out a single set, and I had the Falcon from set, I don't know if you can see this, 76195, and I decided that I was going to leave the bag sealed that would build that figure and the wings, etc., for that particular figure, along with the sticker and the instruction book. Put it on eBay, and that has sold, along with another minifig. Then on another eBay order, we've sold the unofficial Lego minifig catalogue. These are, if you've not seen these before, these are great little books for sort of visual guides for the various minifigs, various themes, etc. Obviously they get more and more out of date the older they are, but I sold that for 60 something pounds, along with the clock here, which also sold to the same seller. Moving on to Bricklink, some small parts orders going out. This one is that milky white aerial that I came across a couple of weeks ago. That sold for £7. Order here going off to the States for some torsos. And then an order here. This was about 50 lots, all blue and black parts. A few minifig bits and pieces going out on that order. And then a few accessories, some printed 1x1 bricks there. Another parts order, and these are all sort of typical parts orders going out now. Another order, all predominantly purple. And then this order was the one that was going off to Malaysia. This is 155 dark pink 1x3 bricks. And then a little order here. You remember, again, I parted out the 2 very old Technic sets, and these are 2 of the rubber bands that came out of that particular set. They're sold for £2 each, and that's the first batch. So I'm going to get these packed away, and then I've got some more picking to do. Right, second batch for this morning, and I'm running super late, so this is going to be really quick. So on eBay we've got a Luna Lovegood going out. Got a regular buyer coming back with some Harry Potter figures. He said he's managed to get his sister into Lego, and she's a big Harry Potter fan. And then this is a customer that many sellers would know, and this is a bit of a mix, or at least this one's a mix of new and used. This one is all new. They specifically, just so that you know, this is not how I would normally pack, they specifically ask for everything to be mixed, put into a bag, and label the bags. But that's effectively one order, 2 batches. which was a bit of a pain to pick actually, just because you can't do the separate batches on Brick Freedom, so I had to pick off paper sheets. Anyway, really need to get these packed up and out the door. Well, I'm back to sorting eventually. It's not been the most productive of days because obviously we had the post, got the post out the door, and as I got in the car to take the post, I realised an enormous crack in my windscreen, which is a bit soul destroying because obviously paying for that will eat up half the weekend's orders. So I spent time this morning getting that booked in for a repair, which is going to be on Friday, which is going to eat into even more time and more of the week. And then I had to go off and also get some stuff to control an infestation of ants that I've got near my front door. In fact, in the top corner of my front door frame, flying ants. There's regular sort of black ants, smaller ants with wings, and then very large ants as well. So not being able to get cracking very much today, but finally back in the room, and I'm going to try and get a bit more of this tub sorted out here, and just see if I can make a bit of progress. Tuesday morning and ready for the start of a new day. We've got a few orders going out this morning. We've got another Salah figure going out on eBay. We sold one of those yesterday, and as I often say, you sell one and then suddenly more start to go. This is a nice one. This is a little time blade, I think they're called, and they're off Ninjago figures, and that is sold for £8.40. They're always a nice little find when you find them in your used bulk. And then this was also a nice sale in a way, because I find that these hexagonal plates tend to mount up and don't sell very often, certainly not in bulk. Somebody's bought a whole bunch of colours: dark grey, dark tan, medium azure, magenta, etc. So they've pretty much wiped me out of those, which is good, because they take quite a bit of space as well. Then we've got a little order here for a couple of minifig type parts, and some windows and other bits and pieces, and a tiny order there. And then another order here where it looks like they've ordered, aside from the blue Star Wars stuff, all of these lime green parts for one particular set, I think. So they obviously needed a lot of those, because it looks pretty much like all of the printed parts, or a good chunk of them anyway. So we'll get this lot packed up. It's another hot day today, really warm yesterday, and never stopped sweating all day. It was quite uncomfortable at times. We did get some more sorting done, so we're getting well down. The issue with this tub has been that everything is pretty small stuff. So it's been a little bit, time consuming in that regard. And, you get a bit fed up after more than an hour or two of doing that. So anyway, we'll see what we're going to do today. Get this lot packed up first and off to the post office. Next up for me on the individual part out list is this one. It's a Speed Champion set 76915, already been opened, and can't remember whether something was pilfered from this or not. Otherwise, had it not been opened, I'd have just put the set on eBay for resale. But there's a reasonable part out on it. I can't remember what I paid for this, but I think the part out's about £28 at the moment. So I'm just going to get this part out quick and get it added to the store, and then we'll see if we're going to press on with some others. Got some other things here. Got another Speed Champion set, a McLaren Senna with a well battered box, although it is sealed. But they're not selling for a fortune anyway, so probably just as well. you know, getting them into the store. And you know, part of my reasoning for putting these into the store as well, because I'm sure some people will be saying, well, why don't you just sell this, get what you can for it? If that went on eBay, you know, you're probably looking at, you know, 15 quid for it or something like that. Then you're going to lose the fees, everything else. The way I look at it is that, yeah, it takes a bit of time to get into the store, but that in combination with other things does drive sales. You know, there'll be parts in here that I don't have in inventory at the moment, which means it adds lots. I had an example order the other day, 180 lots for a mix of new and used items that I probably wouldn't have got had I not been doing these individual part outs, because some of the parts that were in there were from some of these individual sets. So I think it's worth doing, and it's just part of my overall kind of strategy and focus at the moment of just tidying up, trying to get everything into the store, and tying up all the loose ends that I've got, and getting them all cleared away. Now, actually, just had another thought about this, because while I'm parting this out, I just wanted to touch on a topic, and the topic relates to particularly new sellers who are kind of building up their store, either ready to open or, you know, they've just got started. And I'm talking about this because I've had several instances recently where I've had individuals reach out to me where they're really confused about using Brickstore in relation to updating their inventory. And I think that the problem that they have is that they are typically expecting that they have to manage their entire inventory in a Brickstore file, and that's just not the case. So for those who are you know, querying this, the way this works is essentially Bricklink is your master inventory. Now you're using Brickstore to help manage that inventory and upload to that inventory that's on Bricklink. So what you might have, for instance, is you might have a file, let's say like this file here, and let's say this is a file that you've been you know, creating and preparing, ready to start your store and to upload. Now, once you've done that and you've actually uploaded this file to Bricklink, you need to then forget about this file, archive it, put it away. You're not going to be coming back to this file and adding to it and then trying to add those changes to this file up to Bricklink. That's not how you need to be working. So let's assume this file has been uploaded to Bricklink. We then want to archive it or remove it. I wouldn't suggest deleting it. I would suggest that you save it off somewhere, but you're not going to be using that file again to manage your inventory. Now here I am now in a new file, and this is a file of some parts, or in this case a set, that I want to add to the inventory that I've already uploaded to Bricklink. So I've imported the set, I've done the part out so that I've got all of the inventory of the set listed here, but I need to know first of all where I have got these parts stored in my already existing inventory that I've got on Bricklink. So the way that you do that is you need to import your Bricklink inventory. So you go to File, Import Bricklink Store Inventory, and that is going to create a new file with your store contents. So this file here, yours will have a different date and time, of course, but this file here is your inventory that is currently listed on Bricklink. Now, go back to your new file. So here's the file, the set that I'm just parting it out, and you select everything in here, and you can do that by using Command or Control A to select everything. Then you're going to go Edit, Copy Values from Document, and you're going to choose the Bricklink inventory file that you've just imported. Say Next, and then I essentially mostly have the remarks set to copy across. You can choose whatever you want, but hit Finish. And what that does is it will then populate in your remarks column of the new set that you're trying to upload all of the remarks for the items that you already have in inventory. So that then tells you where you need to go and put these parts, assuming you're consolidating. You need to go and put these parts away. And then any that don't have a remark are obviously new lots, and you need to put them in an empty drawer and note the remarks. Now, let's assume that I've finished adding this file. The next confusion comes with people is they seem to get confused when they think they need to update the inventory on Bricklink, and you don't. What you're doing is you need to do another upload. So you'd go to File, Export, and upload the contents of this file. You'd only ever do an update if you were on your, let's say in this case, I'm on my inventory file. So this is the inventory that I've got in Bricklink. And the only time I would want to maybe do an update is if I were doing something like changing the prices in here. If I was repricing a large amount of inventory, then I would maybe want to do that and then do an export update. But you know what that's going to do, only do that if you're only changing prices. You could be changing quantity in theory. That's not how I do it, but you could be changing quantity, you could be changing locations, but essentially you're updating, you're changing some of the characteristics of the listing that you already have on Bricklink. If you don't have the parts on Bricklink at all at the moment, then you need to do an upload. So just thought I'd talk through that because it's been a real noticeable issue lately. I've had at least 2 people reach out to me with the same questions recently, so hopefully that's a help to those people. I'm just in the middle of another fun activity, which is to sort through all of these 1x1 round tiles where there's an eye of some sort, an eyelash, a half open eye, an opened eye. And I've already done quite a bit, as you can imagine, having these 3 pots. I think I've got lucky in that I think this bag here is already sorted. So I've got that, and I'm just on the last pile, and that's going to give me a few thousand of these, I would imagine, or 1,000 or 2 to get added to the store. Now, not much value in these, of course, and the sort of thing that you don't expect to move very often, but it's not been unusual for me to get orders for, you know, 400 or 500 of these at a time. So people are using them for something. I'm not really sure what that is, beyond people like Firestar Toys, who incidentally have got an order from just today. But people like that who are making up sets or other resaleable kits, then they may buy them. Not actually sure if these are new or used. They actually feel really new. I just came across a huge mixed bag of them. I'm going to list them as used just because I don't really know what they are and where they've come from. I'll soon be through them. We'll get them counted and we'll get them added to the store. Wednesday morning, and we've got some more orders prepped and ready to go out. I think I mentioned yesterday that we'd had an order from Firestar Toys, and this is their order for a few different parts in bulk. And then we've got an order here for a sticker sheet and a couple of cogs and other bits and pieces. We've got a toy soldier minifig going out with a few parts. Then we've got a grandma and a hippie and some legs there. We've got some more minifig parts going out here, including two minifigs, and I think those are both from there was like a sailboat set a few years ago. I think they're all from there. We've got an entirely Technic order, and we've got a couple of Star Wars figs going out. And then this one literally came in about 10 minutes ago. It's for a 16 by 32 base plate and a few other Technic parts and a hose and a few other bits and pieces in there as well. Next job for me is to get these packed up, and then I've got to go and blow a paddling pool up for the grandkids. And then a gym, and we've got one of those painful hospital visits today as well for my wife. So I'm not sure what I'm going to get done today. Probably not an enormous amount, but we'll see what we can get done. I'm currently sorting out some bars of various sorts. So what I do, you know, this is one of the categories. I'll put anything that's you know, a bar-like item into a bag. Now that for me includes things like these kind of blades, whatever you would call them, as well as these, and also these projectiles and these long antennas, etc. So a whole range of for want of a term, you know, pointy sort of things. So I'm sorting through those and broke them down into various sort of subcategories, and I'm just adding them to a brick store file. But I've kind of broken off a little bit because I've been having a few discussions and things. And the good news is we've had another sale on Brick Seller Hub. So this listing, which was one of the sort of first listings to go on, has now sold. As you can see, lots of nice sort of Rayco units and things as part of that sale. And if we look down the bottom, we can see that is now sold, and it's just sold. So you know, waiting collection, etc. And I hope that that collection goes smoothly for everybody. Sellers already paid their fee for the listing, etc., and did that really quickly and efficiently. And I've actually been in touch with the buyer separately to this, and you know, sort out some feedback on the process, etc. And it was good having a chat with them. So really good news. Great to see another sale go through. Demonstrates that, you know, the process is there, the process works. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't some potential tweaks that could possibly improve things. This was a good sale as well. I don't know how many people looked at this, but you know, things like including counting scales, barcode scanner, zebra printer, all those things can be resold if you've got no particular use for them. And as for the Rayco units, you know, 41 Rayco cabinets included, other Rayco cabinets of other sizes, so an awful lot. And I think storage was a real factor in the sale of this as well. So great to see that move. If anybody's out there and they are considering listing, then I think this demonstrates it, you know, the process works. I would hope to get more listings on board. If we look at listings now, include sold listings, then we can see there is a couple of sold ones on there as well, but it would be great to see a bunch more listings coming in on here. It's Thursday the 1st of August, start of a new calendar month, and this morning just been adding more items to a brick store file, getting ready to upload once we're done with this particular stuff. And next up though is going to be another single part out. Going to be parting out this, which I picked up the other week. I'd left it for now, but have since sold the Baby Groot minifig, which I'll show in an order later on, but that's sold for I think £13. So I'm going to part the rest of the set out and get that added to the store and increase the lot count. So I'm just about to start that. Actually got bag 4 on my desk, which is the bag that the minifig was in, but just going to part this out and get it added to the store. It's Friday morning, and up until now I've had no orders in, and now is almost 10 o'clock in the morning. I'd had no orders in on Bricklink, Brickowl or eBay. I have, however, just had one come in for 2 lots, but over 1,000 items. So I need to go and look at that, and we'll get it picked and we'll show you what that is a little later. I've got a couple of brick store files I've been working on to upload. So we've got a used brick store file here that I've been tinkering with for the last couple of days, or had on the go for a couple of days, not been totally active on it. I have also completed the part out of the set from yesterday. That was the Rocket and Baby Groot, which I've not managed to upload yet, and that is coming in at about £62 for that set. So it's a good value set. I picked it up for £20, I think, because I had the battered box. Sold the figure for 13 out of it, and I'm getting £62 worth of parts as well, nearly. So that's a really good return. Of course, that assumes the parts sell eventually. But anyway, I'm going to get this little lot uploaded and added to the store, and we'll see what that brings in terms of sales. I popped into my local Aldi last night just to pick up a few bits of shopping, and they had quite a few Lego sets for sale in there. There were a real random assortment, all at various price points, and it was a bit hit and miss what was in there. Now these ones I think were £9.99, and they ended up having 3 of these available, and I picked them up really because of the Sora minifig, because I've been selling that alone for about £7 on eBay in recent months. So I thought they're probably worth picking up and get the figures listed on eBay, and we'll part the rest out. I'm not sure about the parts on the rest of it. I haven't looked on Bricklink, but having a look here, they don't look very enticing as resaleable parts. But they'll certainly add some new lots to the store, and we'll see how we go with them.